Netflix just quietly added the most underrated martial arts thriller. G.I. Joe doesn't have the greatest Hollywood track record. The franchise has quietly dominated the comic book industry and toy aisle for decades, but adapting that success to the big screen has proven elusive. Paramount and Hasbro have produced 3 films in the G.I. Joe universe. A So Bad It's Good kickoff in 2009, a surprisingly decent 2013 sequel, and Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe Origins, a 2021 reboot that tried to turn the saga's most mysterious supporting player into a leading man. The latter faced an uphill battle, and not just because it struggled with the era's inconveniences. Snake Eyes was also working to separate itself from the previous G.I. Joe films, which were entrenched in the schlocky, hyper-stylized action vibes that Marvel Studios would drive to extinction. The film is a bit too serious for its own good, and its scattered script doesn't do much to pick up the slack. Even if it hadn't premiered amid a global health crisis, its withering critical reception might have discouraged many from giving it a fair shake. Still, there is a lot to like about Snake Eyes. It might be the most solid G.I. Joe film, especially for those who've always been interested in the inner workings of the Arashikage clan. The infamous family of ninjas takes the spotlight in Snake Eyes, while the title character, played capably by Malaysian English actor Henry Golding, serves as our guide into their world. Sure, it all feels like it belongs in the 2000s, but that's not always bad. On streaming services like Netflix, that's often, ironically, a boon, which might explain why Snake Eyes is finding success on the platform now. Netflix quietly added Snake Eyes to its expansive catalog last week, and the film has ranked among the streamer's top 10 films ever since. In many ways, it's the ideal movie for a lazy day in. Snake Eyes serves as a straightforward origin story for its hero, allowing G.I. Joe novices to tune in and enjoy without knowing much about the franchise. Mileage varies on the changes the film makes to Snake Eyes. In the comics, the character was a white guy trained in the ways of the ninja, typically depicted as a mute and helmeted warrior. With Golding in the role, Snake Eyes' origin gains a bit of cultural nuance. It's in depicting his origins as a ninja and his first encounter with the Joes that the film stumbles a bit. Snake Eyes is as much about its eponymous warrior as it is about the ninja clan that raised him. The film does well to center on Snake Eyes' relationship with Tommy Arashikage, Andrew Koji, who's later known as Storm Shadow. When the Arashikage clan takes Snake Eyes in as a foundling, it's Tommy who helps him rise through the ranks. But his new ally also proves to be a volatile, resentful warrior, and Snake Eyes has to work hard to stay on his good side. Those familiar with the Joe-verse know that Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow are destined to be enemies, so depicting their short-lived friendship is a great choice. Their dynamic elevates a standard martial arts blockbuster into a story full of tension and interpersonal stakes. Though Golding doesn't get many chances to unleash his charms, Snake Eyes does serve as a great showcase for Koji. The actor has proven his action chops in Warrior, and Snake Eyes let him flex his talents on a bigger stage. Fight choreography and cinematography are also highlights here, with major set pieces taking place before flickering neon billboards, in the pouring rain, and across lush Japanese forests. If nothing else, Snake Eyes is a fun homage to the martial arts epics that have come before, filtered cleverly into one of the most popular franchises there is. It's far from a perfect film, but removed from the pressure of the box office, it's a lot easier to see its virtues and forgive its vices. It's a shame it's taken so long for the film to find its audience, and we may not be getting a sequel anytime soon, but at least Snake Eyes is finally getting the attention it deserves.